Hey guys, it's Stephen here, back with another video, and it's the first match preview of the 2021 season. It's snuck up out of absolutely nowhere. Football is back, Manchester City are back, and today I'm going to preview the Manchester City versus Wolves game. I'm going to talk about all the kind of things, the team news, the predicted lineups, a little bit about the opposition, and go through Pep's press conference quotes as well, because there's plenty to talk about. And I'm a little bit apprehensive, if we're being honest, but we'll get into that later. But in terms of the actual overview, well, of course, this is it. The Premier League is back. Manchester City carry on their hunt for a fifth Premier League title, and I'm excited. I'm largely excited. I must admit, my general enthusiasm for the Premier League this season hasn't been at the highest due to the no fans thing in the ground still. I've started to get to the point now where I'm kind of missing football a little bit, but still, I can't pretend that when Manchester City are back on Monday night, and I will be doing a watch along, by the way, so make sure to tune in for the watch along. But I won't be feeling a little bit, a little bit excited again. The blood will get going again. I'll be very, very excited to see him back. But there's no denying that this is a pretty tough game to start the season. But I'm just hoping that the players will be keen to re-show that hunger that was missing last season, to really show that they are the players that we think they actually are. I talked an awful lot about loads of reasons to feel positive in a big season preview, and go and watch that if you haven't already. It'll be on screen right about now. I really enjoyed doing that video. It's like an hour long, absolutely huge, but it was dead interesting, so go and watch it after you've done this video as well. And there are plenty of reasons to be positive. It's been very easy recently to get bogged down in the world of Manchester City and negativity given the transfer sagas and given the fact that we haven't really solved lots of problems in the squad. But we are still Manchester City Football Club, and we still have absolutely loads going for us, and a team full of top class and world class talents who probably want to prove just how good they are after last season. And this is a good game for us to go away. I mean, we're going away to a good team who hopefully will give us a massive challenge. It definitely will give us a challenge, and a team that we know beat us twice last season. So it's all added to levels of anxiety and dread that are off the scale at the moment, and probably even more legitimately so when you go into the team news bit. It ain't good, unfortunately, guys. It isn't good at all. The thing that I've been talking about all summer and been dreading all summer, and I really do genuinely hate to say, I told you on this, I was been saying basically since I heard about Aguero's meniscus injury that I've got a feeling he's going to spend an awful lot of time on the bench now season. Now, he was meant to be back for the later rounds of the Champions League, and now it's confirmed by Pep that he might need another month or two. Absolutely terrible. Guardiola said, we knew that the injury was difficult to Sergio. He's doing the job. In maybe 1 month or 2 months, he will be ready. He's not spent a single training session with us yet. He said he has to come back on the pitch and regain the physical condition. Sergio was out for a long time, and he's not a guy who gains the physical condition quick. So I think in 1 month or 2 months, he'll be ready. Painful. Absolutely painful. But it feels so inevitable with an injury like that, given his age and given the fact that he's injury prone in general. I've got a feeling we're going to see a lot of this season from Aguero, and I wouldn't be surprised if he spends more time on Twitch than on the pitch. Genuinely, I've got a feeling that's going to be a thing that's going to haunt us. It doesn't look much better as well when you go around the rest of the pitch. Unfortunately, Bernardo doesn't look like he's available yet either, so no Bernardo. Laporte he was quarantined, wasn't he, as well, after isolation from COVID and all that kind of stuff as well. He's not available either, so no Bernardo, no Laporte, no Aguero, and you're starting to get a familiar, aching feeling of last season, unfortunately. But Mahrez is back. As well, and Guardiola did talk a little bit about Torres and Ake as well, saying how they've settled in really well. And he also said as well, what's going to happen is going to happen regarding transfers. If we stay with the players we have, we'll be happy. Never before, never in the future am I going to complain. I'm looking to have these players and to be at this club. They're the words you want to say, Guardiola. But yesterday, he didn't look that happy in the press conference, if I'm being honest. He looked like a genuinely miserable man. It might be down to the fact that we haven't got the players in yet. We've got to start the season without Aguero, no Laporte. We haven't got a centre-back we wanted. And Pep didn't really cut a happy figure, unfortunately. But fingers crossed, he's still motivated enough to get the players fired up for this game. In terms of the lineup, it's tricky, this one. What I would want and what Guardiola's going to do are very different things entirely. I think we're going to see something like this. I think it'll be Ederson in goal. I think we'll play 4 at the back. Most of the back 4 kind of picks itself. I don't think we'll see Cancelo at left back. I think it'll be Mendy. I think Mendy will start this season as a chance to try and prove finally that we can see something close to the old Benjamin Mendy. I think he will start this game, even though he had a mare last time against Traore. Of course, I've got a feeling he will actually start this game. So Mendy will start, in my personal opinion. Not what I would do, but what I think we'll see with Kyle Walker over at right back. And then the new boy is going to get a baptism of fire. Nathan Ake will start, but then who does he start alongside, I've got a feeling it could be Fernandinho. Maybe I probably would start Stones personally, actually. Of all the people, I'd probably start Stones, give him a chance to prove himself for the season. But I think it'll be Fernandinho with Garcia and Stones. And Zach Steffen, by the way, will be on the bench, I reckon. In terms of midfield, I once again have got a feeling he's going to do something that none of us wants to actually see and clog that midfield full of cloggers and slow players, unfortunately. I think Rodri will be alongside Gundogan in a kind of double pivot situation, which is not what I want. Personally, I would love Foden there, but I've got a feeling, for whatever reason, Foden will be on the bench in this one. Maybe it'll be some reaction to the whole England shambles, or maybe he just thinks he'll want to go for experience. I would start Foden alongside De Bruyne ahead of Rodri, but I don't think Guardiola will. So I'm going to go for Gundogan and Rodri with Kevin De Bruyne sitting ahead of them. Now, obviously, people want to see Ferran Torres here. Ferran Torres, I don't personally think will be starting this game. I think Ferran Torres will be essentially like an impact sub on this one if he comes on at all. So Ferran Torres, I can't see getting ahead of Sterling. Sterling will start on the left, and I think Riyad Mahrez will start on the right with this one. And I guess through the middle, it kind of picks itself. It's going to have to be Gabriel Jesus. Now, this is a big season for Gabriel Jesus, and I've got absolutely no doubts he could try and rise to the challenge, but we're going to need him to be clinical, which isn't really a word you usually associate with Gabriel Jesus, unfortunately. But he can do it. He does have that ability to do that, so fingers crossed he can find that conviction and find that form that we know he can do. And maybe this could be the season. Maybe this could be the silver lining of that horrible big grey cloud hanging over the CFA. Maybe Aguero's injury, the silver lining could be that maybe Gabriel Jesus finally gets the chance to emerge from the shadow that is Sergio Aguero and prove once and for all that he can be the guy to solve the problems. And he's at the age now where he really needs to do it. And he is capable. I do believe he's capable. It's just, fingers crossed, he shows something a little bit different this season. Great player. I really like him. His work rate, his commitment. But in front of goal, I want him to be a little bit more of a killer. Fingers crossed he can be. So that leaves on the bench Steffen, Cancelo, Stones, Garcia, Zinchenko, Foden, and Torres. It isn't the strongest bench in the world, if we're being totally honest. It's a shame we haven't got the nine on the bench thing this year, because I would like to have seen some of the academy lads on there, but I don't think any of them will actually be involved. But it's going to be interesting to watch Nathan Ake play, isn't it? It's going to be very interesting to see how he gets on his debut, because he's going to start, and it's going to be a baptism of fire, because it definitely will, because it's Wolves. So on to the opposition. Wolves, of course, beat us last season 3-2, and they beat us 2-0 away, where Adama Traore turned into prime Ronaldo. Of course he did. Traore is a good player, but he's not as good as Manchester City make him out to be. Let me look at Wolves' team against Sheffield United. I can't remember actually what it was. 1 second. Wolves, Sheffield United now. But they were good against Sheffield United. They 2-0 in their first game of the season. They did the damage early on. So Wolves started with Patricio in goal, Size, Cody, and Willy Bolly at the back. Adama played on the left, Marcel played on the Adama played on the right, Marcel on the left as wing backs, Martinho, Dendoncker. Then they had like Neto, Podence, and Raul Jimenez. Some good players there, players that are going to cause us trouble. We've got no doubt about that. Adama will be looking at Manchester City and licking his lips, unfortunately, because Traore is just, he's a beast. He's going to run, he's going to cause us troubles, he's going to score some of these only goals of the season against us as always. And Raul Jimenez will be looking at our back line and going, I fancy a bit of that as well. But there is something to be said for maybe, just maybe, playing a team as good as Wolves early on to focus the senses, to really try and get the best out of the players and show that they really have to be up for it. And I don't see any reason why they won't be, honestly. I know it's going to be difficult, but I'm going on to the prediction bit now. I feel like I want to be positive at the moment. I feel like I want to see Manchester City who are going to turn up today, I guess on Monday, and be really prepared for this. There's all the reasons I went through in the reasons to feel optimistic. We forget that sometimes, as frustrating as City can be, we still are Manchester City. We still are full of world-class players, and we still are the favourites for the title for a reason. We have a quality squad, a squad that will do us absolutely loads of favours throughout the course of the season. But I can't deny Wolves are very good, but I'm still going to feel pretty confident. Having said that, I've got a feeling this game will be fun, it'll be entertaining, but we will probably concede a goal or two as well. But I am expecting Manchester City to go down the other end and score a couple too. So I'm going to go for this one, a good, fun, rollicking, a little bit frustrating, but ultimately relatively acceptable 2-2 draw, and I think that's probably all we can ask. I mean, hoping the lack of a crowd kind of plays into it a little bit, and it really helps City feel kind of like that they can kind of not get carried away in the energy and the ferocity of the game. So I reckon that will play into our hands a little bit, but it's Wolves away, and given last season, how can I not be a little bit fearful? But I'm going for 2-2, and maybe City will pip it. At this current moment, I feel optimistic. Anyway, guys, that is my first preview of the season. Do let me know in the comments what you make this game is going to be. Let me know your predictions, your scores, your lineups, who you want to see in the lineup, and all that kind of stuff, and why you feel confident or why you feel negative. And don't forget as well, go watch the big season preview. It was absolutely loads of work, but I love doing it. And let me know what you make of that video as well. All these guys alongside me as well here. My Patreons, absolute heroes who keep the channel going, and the YouTube members. I love you all loads. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Don't forget to go follow me at twitch.tv/Esteemed Kompany. I'm off now. I've recorded this nice and early because I'm off to somewhere in Yorkshire with Nicola for the night in an Airbnb somewhere. It's going to be lovely because we need a little bit. Need some fresh air. Anyway, love you all loads. In a bit. Subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you tomorrow.